excellent results it has achieved over the years. With hundreds of graduates placed in life, one can say that the college and the public as a whole is on the highway to knowledge and success.
Small tables that will facilitate us to use innovation, excellent observation, recording of schools and
One can say that knowledge and us
thanks to his vision, he became a top of the point during the night. That was the corporates generally have this privilege of third party.
For today's program, Sri Prasad Lodekar, IAS, Secretary for Education, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Guest of Honor, Managing Director of Utspaster Concrete Machine Limited, Verna, Mr. Kanchanappa Bhattacharya, Mr. Ranjit Arora, Head Finance.
Today with their CSR activity, they are creating now human resource, concrete of human resource. And the achievement of today's assessment lab will be when today he has given you example of Burj Khalifa and all these tallest building wherein they have role to play, they have pulled the concrete at that particular height, and achievement of this assessment lab will be after a few years he will tell about your student who will achieve that particular height of Burj Khalifa in the context of world. And it can happen only when how effectively you will use this assessment lab. Today we are talking about implementation of NEP, we are talking about various aspects of implementation. But when we can say that we have implemented NEP in true sense, when a student, a normal common student, when he will feel that yes, there is a difference in quality of education which I was getting in past and now what I am getting, then only we can say that we have implemented NEP in true sense. Otherwise, we may talk about many things, restructuring of programs, giving too many choices, creating infrastructure, but only when the student will feel, yes, there is a change in quality. What education I was getting yesterday, the same education quality I am not getting. It is much more improved quality, it's much more better. And it can happen only and only when you will use this type of infrastructure very, very effectively. And we have to leave that area and search them. If there is no road to go there, we have to prepare a road and go there and search our ring. In no way we can get a ring where it is not lost. Many a time it so happens because we are searching our ring where it is easy to search. So when we talk about there is a gap in academia and industry, because we are not coming together and designing curriculum together. We are not coming together and imparting this pedagogy together. That is why there is a gap. Today we are together. So I hope that from this would be the beginning of a new era, and not only we would appreciate Food Minister help not only in terms of CSR activity, but in terms of inputs in curriculum designing or in terms of industry internship on all these areas. And then only we can achieve something.
And the growth has just started. The next decade and several decades yet to come will define what India is going to become for the future generations. And from that perspective, and on behalf of Coach Meister, I have zero doubt that skilled personnel, people, will define the extent of success that we get and how quickly we get to that level of success in this journey. So an assessment lab and a form of skill development is the most important need of the hour, at least from an employer's perspective. We speak a lot about industry-academia gap. We speak a lot about the fact that there is a supply-demand deficit. Oftentimes, as I discovered also this morning, it's not a supply-demand deficit. Oftentimes, it's an intermediation deficit. So there are complexities, and if out of that, Pushmeister can support with at least one element of simplification of this complex network, we are very thankful for being given the opportunity to serve Goa, to serve the country. We belong to the concrete machinery industry, so we are known as the concrete pumpers. So all the high-rises that you see, Burj Khalifa to the tallest buildings of India, if you have ever wondered how the concrete reaches that high, at least we can say with pride that there is a 50% chance that we have been involved in that. That's our market share in the world. And of course, I'm not here to speak about the skills, the hard skills which are needed, but I just want to emphasize on a few other skills which probably will define, at least from an employer's perspective, at least from business leaders' perspective, the deficit that we even face today from the best individuals coming from some of the finest institutes of the country. The ability to get things done. I think a lot of us come with hard skills, a lot of us come with the academic rigor, and there are a lot of people who will come with great presentations around complexity, how something is broken, how something cannot be fixed. But I think for youngsters to stand up and say, I'm going to fix it, give me a chance, is a noticeable skill. From an employer's perspective, it's very important, especially when youngsters aspire for growth, that an assignment that the individual picks up, that individual nails it, completes it comprehensively, finishes it, and sees it beyond the finishing line. So the ability to get things done, I think, will be through the internship program, through the ability to collaborate with the industry, will also get tested and inculcated amongst individuals.
This thing emerged into Germany, from where Putzmeister belongs to. They were the first to capitalize it. Unfortunately, in Treaty of Versailles, when Germany lost, this entire concept of competency-based assessment center went to UK. So WOSB, War Officer Selection Board, was one to use that for selection of cadets. And of course, we were enslaved by the Britishers, so unfortunately some good things also came to India. So this entire concept came into our service selection board. And probably Mr. Bhattacharya would agree with me, 30-40 years there was a trend to take retired defense personnel as HR heads and short service commission. So that's how from SSB this entire beautiful science, art came into industry. So in industry this is a very well-oiled concept. We use assessment labs for selection of employees, candidates, for their promotions, for their succession planning, for their role efficacy, for identifying training need. But I'm very proud that Goa, and thanks to Prasad Doliakar, who has both Garud Drushti and Sarva Drushti also, to see that this thing gets installed and in such a beautiful campus. Assessment lab is basically a place where if you have read NEP 2020 document, multiple times it talks about that we have to identify the unique talent in the student. We are all unique, we also look unique. But how do we do that? Is marks the only way to do that? Then there is a limitation. So assessment lab will help all of you to identify the uniqueness of every student here.